Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It's Tuesday the 12th of May and we have new mods. We didn't get any mods yesterday, but we've got a load of mods and we've got a load of updates today. We've got updates to the feeder 18,500 by Ready 90, the Joskin Modulo 16,000 basic by KamUs 0397 slurry spreader, Oasis Springs, Hagenstead and Dreistenhof maps have all had updates. Oasis Springs by Catalyzer Gaming, Hagenstead by Vanquish 081, Dreistenhof by Richie F have all had updates. The net holder by Nico Pixies that I looked at a little while ago, that's been updated to be now that's the net and twine holder. So if you are going to do the manual loading for the new add-on straw harvest for doing the net and the twine, you can do both now rather than just net. It was a net holder originally. Now it's both. And there's an update to the TLG 600 by KamUs, which is a cultivator. Weirdly, and I may have missed this completely, there's an update to the Easter pack by Tarksy 007. I don't remember it coming out on console, and it's not Easter. Unless it's early for next year. Whether it did or not, I'm not too sure. This you'll find under... I think was it decoration? I think it was decoration. So there's a basket of eggs, and then there's all different coloured eggs you can place, and then there's a cute rabbit. Yeah, I don't remember. I really don't remember coming across this. So yeah, I'm not sure when you would use them. Obviously at Easter, you know, that's kind of unless you want to put an actual Easter egg on your map rather than just a metaphorical one. Yeah, so they're in there. That's by Tarksy 007. I don't remember it coming out. I may have missed it, but that's down as an update, but it is there. As far as new mods go for today, we have got in front of me the Placeable Ruin. This is by Marcus77. These are 18 each. There's one with lights and one without. The one without has got rocks round it. I like the idea of having a ruin building you can put down somewhere. I'll be honest, what I'm not raving about is all the rubbish. I'm a bit... Again, maybe, I don't know, have one with rubbish and one without. Maybe, I don't know. It just seems a bit... For me, it just kind of spoils it a little bit. I get it. I mean, if you have these little ruin buildings out in the middle of nowhere, your utes, you know, the utes, they hang out and they'll leave their rubbish laying around and stuff like that, but I don't know, maybe it's just me. It's even, and this is a bit weird, there's a little kind of cat, looks more like a gremlin, it's terrifying. And then you've got this one over here, which is the one with lights. So you've got a couple of lights here, kind of like a monument of historical value, you know, and it's got a bench and it's got a litter bin built into it, but then again there's just loads of rubbish around it again. And some weird stuff, there's a scythe. Who comes out and leaves a scythe laying around? So yeah, I mean they're here, and yeah, there's the little cat thing, and there's a nest up in the corner. Don't know, maybe it's for you. I don't know. But there you go. That's yeah, the Placeable Ruin. These you'll find again. I think these were decoration. There you go, Placeable Ruin with light, 4,500. Placeable Ruin without lights, 3,850. And like I said, they were 18 slots each. I suppose that's because of all the rubbish and all the detail. Because of that, that's why the slot count is fairly high. That's the first of the mods for today. Next, and this to me is an important one, and I'm so glad this is here, and it's this. It seems rather innocuous, doesn't it, really? I've talked about this before when I've done map tours. This is the Farmhouse Doormat by Alien Jim. Thank you, Jim. Big thumbs up. I'm glad you brought it out as a separate mod, and I'm hoping he brings out loads more of his other stuff as separate mods, because I just think it's just awesome. This will take any building and turn it into your sleep trigger, so you don't have to have a farmhouse per se. There are far more buildings and sheds and... you know, you name it, buildings generally in the mods hub than there are specifically farmhouses. We have got quite a few, and we've got deck chairs and we've got caravans and various different things like that. But this will take any building and make it into your house for all intents and purposes. You just place that mat down in front of it, or you know, wherever you want around the side of it, or you can put it in front of a placeable dustbin if you want. It's entirely up to you where you put it. But I just think that's brilliant. It's a cheap as chips sleep through the night trigger, and it can transform whatever you want to do on your map. It's not expensive either. If we go into here, this will be under farmhouses. Now, because I'm on no man's land, there's the one that's on no man's land already. So for all intents and purposes, that and that, they're the same one. One is built into the map, one is now a mod. This will use, I think it's only 1 or 2 slots. It's not, yeah, I think it's 1, isn't it? Yeah, 1 slot, that's all it is. And it's 100 to buy, and it's £1, euro or dollar a day, which is brilliant. I just, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? I personally think that can transform anything. Love it, really nice. That's the second. On to the next of our mods, we have got this. So for example, you could put that placeable mat, doorhouse mat, in front of your outside toilet if you want. This is the outhouse by DieselHirsch. We're getting a few of these lately, little outhouses. This is 4 slots to place, and it's an outhouse. I don't know if the door opens actually. Oh, it does. I was going to say I haven't tried it yet. Door opens, and you can use the facilities. There we go. This you will also find under, I think this was decoration as well. There you go, right there, the outhouse, 200 to buy and place, and it will use 4 slots. That's really all there is to that one. It is what it is. Not much I can say. On to the next of the mods. I'm pleased this has made a return. This is cool. This is the Vicon PZ Haybab. It says Haybab in the. It keeps throwing me. It's Haybob. It says Haybab in the description, in the actual header, but then Haybob. It's the PZ Haybob 300 Tedder Rake. This is by 4D Modding. So you can have it. It used to be the PZ Sweegers, and it says on there Sweegers. So you can have it as the Vicon version or the PZ Sweegers version. Now, there's a big reason why I like this. It's a very narrow Tedder, and if at first glance you think, okay, we can't see the point. Now there are a lot of different attachers and converters and various different things now in the CSZ pack, and there's all different ones now allowing you to have 3-point links on vehicles that didn't have them before, and so there are a lot of options available for the use of this. You can just put this straight on the back of a tractor on a 3-point link, and off you go, and you do your tedding. We'll have a look at it first. And you'll see this will be under Tedders. Don't know why I was puzzled by where that would be. So there we go, the Haybob 300, 6,500 to buy. This will use, how many slots was this? 5 slots. If you're on console, if you're not on console, it won't use anything at all. We can have it as Labele Red or the PZ Red. We can have the rim colour Vicon Black, or PZ Beige, which just changes the rims on the inside of the wheels just there. And then design colour, we can have Labele Black or PZ Beige, which changes all the little tines on there as well. And then we can have the Vicon, and if you see it says, we can zoom in a little bit, it says Haybob 300. You can have Vicon without guard, Vicon with guard, then you can have the PZ without guard, and it changes it to the PZ, and then it says Sweegers on there, and then with guard. So those are your options available on it. The reason I like this, and I use this a lot on FS17, because a lot of the other Tedders are quite, even the narrow ones are quite wide. So if you do a straw swath and then you Ted it, which you don't necessarily have to do, you can just leave it all on the ground normally. But if you do a swath and then Ted, it tends to spread the swath out. What I always liked about this was this particular ability. Now unfortunately in 19 not all of these types of vehicles have a nice hookup on the back, and what I used to use was the trailed lifter. So I'd put the trailed lifter on with the 3-point link on the back and put that on, and away you go. But we have this mod as well now, the lifter that can attach onto pretty much anything that's got a trailer attacher. Sorry, you might be able to hear the printer going in the background. That's one of my daughters just decided to print something up, which is chugging away. So what you can do is grab the Krona with the 3-point on the back. Now initially, I mean this isn't real in any way, shape or form, I just wanted to show you how I used to use it. And this gets a little bit drifty, which is I found a bit weird. If you look on the back now, you get a lot of movement on those link arms. Not sure why, but it just suddenly did. If I put that onto there, turn that on and drop it down, I have got it on swath mode already. then switch to that. Now, before I do that, let's turn it off. I need to unfold it. So if you look at all the tines at the moment, they're all up. If I do L1 and X, gradually they all go down. You see them going down on the right hand disc, then they'll go down the left hand disc. And then I think it goes like that. Does it drop down? Kind of like that. Now, turn it on, drop it down. If I drive forward now, you can do that. Which means you can mow and ted. Now I know there's lots of different ways of doing that with various different mowers, but I always used to do it like that on various different maps on FS17. I just found it incredibly helpful. Now, the only problem is the turns. Because I used to use the trailed lifter, it always worked much better with the trailed lifter, so you're better off doing a direct up, turn it off, come back down again, than you are doing a curve with this, as you can obviously see. But it's a very handy bit of kit. What I'm going to do though is open it out a bit, see if it still does it, because it should do. There we go. So it tightens up or down, it will still do it. So you kind of, with this one, almost better off going up and down. As you can see, it leaves the swath wider because I've opened it out. If I do it again and close that in, L1 and X, they should come in a second. It says in a second now. There we go, just takes a little while. And then that will make the swath narrower, as you can see, look, already. But it does work. Now you can, like I say, you can put that on anything you want. It's a 3-point link attacher, so with various different adapters and attachers, it can go directly on the back of a tractor, on all sorts of different things you can put it on. But I just think it's a very handy bit of kit to have. That's the Vicon PZ Haybob 300 Tedder Rake by 4D Modding. Apologies if you're bored by the whole concept of putting on the back of there, but I just thought, you know, why not? Let's have a look. So, next up we have got this. This is the Kun FA367T. This is a mower. It's only a 2-point-something metre. It's not very big at all. This by KamUs. Never quite sure. It's one slot. We had one of these. Was it a Far one or was it a Kun one? On the old Classics pack, didn't we? I'm sure we had one a little bit like this on the Classics pack. This you'll find on the mowers. Directly above. There we go. The FA367T, 4,300 by, only requires 10 horsepower. It's only got a 2 metre cutting width on it, but it's cool. When you look at the direction the blades are, this is a rear mounted, so I've grabbed the Massey just to quick demo. So, unfold it like so. Turn it on. See the arm going? That vibrates the blade, so running off the PTO, that rotates. Drop it down. And away you go. It's nice, that. Simplicity of design. Yes, it's narrow and, you know, it might be awkward to use and that kind of thing. No, so not awkward to use, that's the wrong word. It may take a long time for mowing fields and that kind of thing, but if you're running a small farm setup, it might just be something you're looking for if you're doing a lot of old vehicles, because that only requires 10 horsepower. Stick that on the back of one of the little Fergies or something like that, and you've got yourself a nice little mowing setup. Nice mod, nicely detailed. Like the animations on that. That was cool with everything turning and doing what it should be. Very cool indeed. That's the Kun FA367T by KamUs. Next, we have got this. This is the Sapphire Plow Star Combi. This is by CG Production. This is 4 slots and it is a subsoiler. The beauty with these, and we've got a few different ones in the Modhub, and it's sort of in-game as standard. You've got 3-point link front and 3-point link rear, and you've got the gap through the middle for a PTO to run. So what you can do is you can run one of these and you can have seeders and you have various different implements behind it if you want to. So you can do a kind of one-pass operation where you do subsoiling at the same time as then, you know, if you've got a seeder on behind it, you can do seeding if it's one with a Blimey, what's the seedbed preparation? It kind of does it all in one go. Nicely detailed, all the bolts and bolt heads, and yeah, very cool. You'll find this under subsoilers. A subsoiler will give you a ploughed state as well as ploughs do. There are some cultivators that do as well, but ploughs are there, subsoilers are here, and as you'll see, like we've got the Agricem Combi plough, there's the Kun one, various different options, and we've got various modded ones as well. But on the end there, the Plowstar Combi, 5,880, 3 metre width, requires 190 horsepower because subsoilers go quite deep into the ground. They require quite a bit of oomph to pull them along. There are no options available. You get what you get. Now sometimes, but not always, with the subsoilers you get a cultivated texture. So whilst you get the ploughed state, I know it gets a bit confusing. If you're new to the game, you might be wondering what on earth is he talking about. You can plough a field, you can cultivate a field. Sometimes it says in the Modhub, or says on the menu, that you need to plough. Ploughing is required. This will give you the ploughed state, so it will take that away. You won't need to do that anymore. It drops right down to the ground, but it leaves you with that finish. So it's a cultivated smooth seedbed whilst going very, very deep, so it gives you a ploughed state but a cultivated look, which is generally what the subsoilers do. I'm not trying to think if there are any that give you the ploughed look. I think they all go like this, don't they? Detach that off there. And there you go, that's the Sapphire Plowstar Combi. You can see what it does right there on the tin. Moving on, we have got in the same category, oddly enough, and out today as well, we've got the Lizard G2. Actually, I should have gone the other way around. You probably just saw it in the Modhub when we were looking at this one anyway. Turn that off. We've got this, the Lizard G2. This is actually a little bit smaller, this one. Again, nice detail. You've got some options for colour on this one. So with this one, you kind of, with those, it always kind of, not puzzled me, but because you've got the subsoiler sort of deep chisels, you'd expect there to be kind of rows, but you get the cultivating state. With this one, you've got the kind of cultivator rollers on the back as well, but you've only got 2 of the chisels on here. So it's kind of a cross between the two, really, I suppose. This is by bartosz, and I want to get the name right. ZlotowaTV, is it? Zlotova? Sorry. Again, you'll find this under subsoilers. Sorry if I'm rattling through. We've got quite a few to get through. I'm just trying to get them all done. There we go. The Lizard G2, 4,000 to buy. That's only a 2.4 metre, so a little bit narrower. Nothing big today, unfortunately. I think Friday was our day. Anyway, so 2.4 metres. Oh, I didn't show you the options, did I? Sorry. We can change the main colour to any one of these. Well, it's fairly plain. I mean, the metalwork itself, once it's painted, it's, you know, there's not any more detail other than these on the back. There's no decals, nothing like that on it. It just, you know, is what it is. Now, as you'll see, we'll drop it down. Does the same thing. You get the cultivated look, but you will get the ploughed state underneath. There you go. That's the Lizard G2. There's not really much else to say about that. Or the other one, they just, you know, they do their thing. Moving on. We've got this. This is the Lizard R36. This is by Rowley Christi 1. This is a trailer. As you can probably see in front of you. I don't know why I said that. It is a trailer. You can see it's a trailer. Again, this is a weird one. I'm kind of a bit torn on this. The bottom down here, the tyres and all the bit underneath, very nicely detailed, lots going on. The top just seems a little bit plain to me. I don't know if that's a conversion over. The textures just seem a little bit flat. There doesn't seem to be a lot happening up there, which is weird because I mean that looks like rubber, that looks like metal. You've got nice detail on the metalwork and that kind of thing, but I don't know, just as you kind of get a little bit further up, it just seems a little bit more plain. I don't know if that's the right word. I guess it is, isn't it? But there you go. You'll find this under. Sorry, I don't mean to be negative. I'm just saying what's in front of me. It's there. You know, I'm looking at it. I'm reviewing it. That's what That's what I'm looking at and what I can see. This you'll find under trailers. So 30,000 to buy, 30,000 litre capacity. I mean, that's pretty. When you look at the price, you know, sort of pound for pound kind of thing. It's not bad capacity for the price. And you can put everything in there that it says down the bottom as well. This will use, how many slots was this one? It's 5 slots, sorry. Yes, right there. 5 slots, this one. There are no options available. You get what you get. And that's it. That's the trailer. So by contrast, we've then got this one. It's kind of trying to find a happy medium, really. So you've got that one that's at 5 slots, and then next to it we've got this one. This is the Joskin Delta Cap. This is by Richie Black Labele TWD Modding. And by contrast to that, the detail on this is off the charts. I mean, there's so much detail with the cover and stuff like that, and all the rest of it going on. It's 20 slots, so 4 times the slots, but then I suppose you've got so much more detail. Rear trailer hitch on this one as well. The front one is a ball hitch, the rear one is a pin hitch, so you can pretty much connect any trailer on the back of this that's got a pin hitch on the back of there. Very helpful and very handy. Very nice. This you will also find under trailers. So the Delta Cap is 25,000. We'll take all the crop types, it says along the bottom there. The jigsaw puzzle piece does say HKD 302, HW80. Those are pin hitch trailers, so it's just kind of showing you that you can hook other things up to the back of it if you want to. Options available, we can have standard, smaller size like that, 14,600 litres. We can then have 17,000 litres, which you then get another layer and you get a cover. And then you can go up to the capacity 19,870 litres, adds another 9 grand on, so we're up to 34 grand for 19,870. So realistically, looking like I'm saying between the two, I wasn't slighting the other trailer. If capacity is what you're interested in and value for money, the other one's 30 grand for 30,000 litres. This is 34 grand for 19,870 litres. So it all comes down to, you know, that's the picking and choosing. And again, I've said it before, it's the beauty of having so many different mods available in the Modhub. There's something for everyone. You know, you might have different criteria for picking your vehicles and machinery and trailers than someone else does. So if you've got the options available to you, you can pick and choose away as you want. So as far as wheel brands go, we've got Trelleborg, Michelin. Oh, I thought we had another one there. No, just Trelleborg and Michelin. No options available other than the different tread types. We can't go standard, can't go wides or anything like that on them. But decals, we can have white. Now this is an interesting one. It says white or colour. It's actually the chassis. So you've got the galvanised underneath or black. But the black is still galvanised. If you see just in the light there. So I suppose it's kind of plain and galvanised, I guess, rather than necessarily white. But if that's it's semantics, it's a moot point. It's those are the two options available on that. What I will do, did I have a tractor here? We'll go into that in a second. Bear with me. I'll show the first one first by Rowdy Christi. I didn't have the tractor over here, so I thought we'll tip. Smooth animation. We had the other one recently by Rowdy Christi with this kind of design as well, didn't we? Ah, mine's got blank. What was that one called? Similar sort of design, but it was yellow. Was it yellow and red? There you go. Just leave that to go down. And then this one here. Oops, missed completely. Brilliant. There we go. So we have cover on, cover off. Detail inside again, you've got the cross member in there to hold the sides in place, the rigidity on there. And the bar across the middle for holding the cover in place. And we do have options on this one as well, I think. 4. Tip side back, tip side left, tip side right. So if we go like so, then obviously tip side right will just be opposite of this one. There we go. Those are the animations on both of those trailers. Turn the engine off on that. Cover back on. Do that. And then we'll jump out. On to the last of the mods for today. So, next up we've got this. This is the Case IH 56 series. This is a nice little tractor. I like this a lot. It kind of goes back to a simplicity. Don't get me wrong, I like having loads of options and stuff available on vehicles, but there's something nice about having fewer options. There are some options on it, and there's some nice little things, nice little touches with this. Lovely little tractor. This is by Marius. It will use 36 slots, so it's fairly high on the slot count for the options you get, I suppose, is the best way of putting it. But again, if you're on PC, slots are irrelevant to you. Doesn't matter. Don't worry about that at all. Nice, tidy mod. You'll find this under, I think it was small tractors. I think it was, yeah. So there we go, the 56 series. It does say they're 2 slots because I've already got one, but yeah, the first one will use 36 slots. Options available. We can change the rim colour from the standard grey to a kind of more metallic-y grey, and we can quite see that in the light. It's a little bit difficult to see. And then we've got a matte black. I do like black rims on vehicles. I think it's quite cool. I like that. Let's come out a little bit. Then as far as options go, hang on, we've got work light configurations. You can have standard like that, which doesn't seem to have many lights on it at all. You can go work lights, which puts front work lights on there and 2 on the back, or you can go work lights and extra lights, which puts 2 more on the back. And I think it puts 2 on top of the indicators as well. Yeah, puts LED ones, like LED light packs above the indicators and on the rear fenders as well, above the indicators there. So that's a nice option. We don't often get a choice, you know, it's just normally you get the lights are just there as standard. So I suppose being an older tractor, people are adding on light packs to these, especially LEDs. They're swapping out the old bulb systems for new ones. But anyway, so we can have no beacon, left beacon, right beacon, or both beacons. Attachers, we can have standard at the front, which is just like that, or we can have with the weight block. Engine setup, we can have the 956XL, which is 95 horsepower, or we can have the 1056XL, 105 horsepower. Those are the 2 engine options, just those 2. And then we can have front loader attacher. You can have alloy, stall, or nothing at all. And the number plate position, you've got at the front there, 1 at the top. You can have roof or down the front and the front grille. Doesn't change the one on the back, that stays up on the back there like that. So if I go front grille or roof, that back one stays exactly where it is. There's no option to have it off completely. It's just is what it is. But there are no other tyre options. That's it. There's no manufacturer options. There's no size, width options at all. That's what you get. So let's jump in and start it up. It's got a nice sound to it, which gets better. I like that. I like the sound of this one. Horn. For those people that love the horn, listen. That's something different. See, that's something a lot of the bigger tractors should have. Rather than that peep peep, or, you know, that's what they should have. Proper throaty horn. I like that. Beacons on the top. Front lights. Rear lights. They're now all round with the extra ones there and there. Give it a nice light package on that too. There are no options to open and close doors or anything like that. Oh, this isn't the last mod, I've just remembered. Anyway, inside, nicely detailed. You sit quite a long way back in this one. I find with different mods, I don't change my field of view settings, but some you seem to be sat a long way back, some you're a long way forward. This one's a long way back kind of feel to it. Nice to be out the back. I do like those little windows that look down to the 3-point link on the back. It's a nice touch, that. I'm going to open the help menu just beside me, just to show you. L1, no options. R1, no options. L1, R1. I mean, apart from those ones there's none for doors, windows, anything like that. It is what it is. What we'll do then, because there's one I forgot, and because I want to hear this again, we'll drive up to have a look at it. I like that increase in engine note as well as you accelerate up, so you get the initial boost, and then as you go up a little bit, there, it's nice. So, the last of the mods. I've nearly missed this one off. We've got this. So anyway, yeah, that one. That's nice. That's cool. I like that. The Case IH56 series by Marius. Nice little mod, that. Cool. We've got this. This is the Brewery Streetmaster 30. This is by Virtual Farming 2K19. This will use 8 slots. It is a slurry tanker for transporting slurry around. I mean, in essence, that's what it does. Then you can come and collect it from here, or overload it from here into whatever vehicles you're going to be using. This is not a slurry spreader, it's a slurry tanker. There are some options available on this. If we go to here and we go to slurry tanks. So there we go, Streetmaster 30, 81 grand. As I've already said, 8 slots. We can change the rim colour to any of those, like so. We can change the main colour again to any of those. Tyre choices, we can have Lizard, Trelleborg, Michelin. Lizards, you don't get any options. Trelleborg, standard or wides. Michelin, standard or wides. Colour decal, you can have it like that for colour, where it says Brewery Streetmaster like that, or you can have it that way where it says Streetmaster powered by Brewery. And then design, standard or mud flap at the back. So you can have it with or without the mud flap. Now, one thing worth pointing out here is it is for all intents and purposes, and there are a lot of, don't get me wrong, again, I'm not slating this mod in particular, there are a lot of mods like this. I'm just saying, because people will comment and say, but it is just a, and I'll show you what I mean. It is just a reskin of that. The actual model itself is identical. Now this one, we've got an options on all the main colours, and we can change the design, but obviously you've got the mud flap option on that one and a couple of other different options. But for all intents and purposes, if you look at this one and then look at this one, they are the same trailer for all intents and purposes. The back's pretty much the same, but there are a few more options on this one. It just seemed like an obvious. We've had a lot of balers that are reskins and things like that, because it might just be you don't particularly want to use the Garant. We've had it a long time in game, you want to try something a little bit different, and there are some more options. And like I say, we've had tractors like it and loads of vehicles and machinery that are reskins of previous versions, but I just thought I would point that out. As far as price goes, that was what I was going to check and I forgot to do it a minute ago. Yeah, so the standard in-game one is 72 grand, same capacity. The brewery is 81, isn't it? So 10 grand more for the brewery. So, and if you do a couple of options on that as well, that will take the price up a little bit. So I suppose there's that to bear in mind as well, but it comes down to personal preference, choice, and all that kind of thing again. So there you go. That's it, I think, for the mods for today. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.